Well, I wanted to shoot this off the hip. Uh, I was watching a video on the gram earlier. Uh, I was scrolling through Dr. Boyce Watkins' Instagram page, and he had a clip of this NFL player named Booker McFarland, um, retired NFL player, and he was talking about the Washington football team situation with Dwayne Haskins, and talking about how he had two COVID tests or scares or whatever, and how the football team let him go because he was selfish enough to put the team in danger and he didn't care about what anybody else had going on. So the way he was explaining it was that he was frustrated and he saw how selfish of a thing that he was doing, that he saw multiple people, multiple guys, especially our color, coming into the NFL with a strong sense of entitlement. He didn't say entitlement, but that's what he was getting around to, because they don't think about how can they come help the team? How can they um, interject themselves in the organization and um, make the organization better, make the team better, you know, be a professional. Like, they don't come into the NFL thinking about being a professional. They don't come into their place of work for their profession. First thing they come into it, and which is what I'm paraphrasing what he said, but what he said was that they normally come into the NFL with the first thing comes to mind is, I'm gonna get this money and I'm gonna build my brand. I'm gonna build my um, I'm gonna build my world to showcase my talents, to um, see what kind of endorsements I'm gonna get, see what kind of money I'm gonna get, and how they get paid millions of dollars to come play a sport that they've been playing since they were children. And I mean, people who know me know how my mind works. I get pretty deep. So I don't know how this came to mind, but what came to mind when he told me, well, not when he told me, but when I watched the video, what came to mind was how those NFL players, NBA players, professional athletes, whatever, they get millions of dollars to play a sport. They get the same 24 hours as you and I do. And what can equate to millions of dollars of a salary? Yeah, they have chances to give their families generational wealth or whatnot. But the way I see it, we can look at our time the same way. So it's a blessing to wake up every day, to see the next day, regardless of how you feel about your job, regardless of how you feel about your circumstances in life, regardless of how you feel about your kids, your husband, your wife, whatever the case might be. And would you trade would you trade LeBron James, Tom Brady, would you trade their contract for your life? I mean, I like watching them on TV. I like seeing them doing their thing and winning games and being successful. And ironically, a lot of us watch these sports because we're living vicariously through the athletes, which is what I've noticed, me always thinking so much. And it's like, dang, I wish I could jump high and pass the ball and, make all these millions of dollars and live this kind of life. But in all actuality, what really makes their life better than yours? Not in the sense of finances, that's non debatable. But in a sense of mindfulness, what can you do to help the next person? What can you do to help the team? The team can be you, the team can be your family, the team can be your children, the team can be your colleagues or your coworkers or whatever the case might be. Because realistically, regardless of how much you hate some of the circumstances or your job or anything in your life, it could be worse. Um, it could be a lot worse. And I don't think a lot of us take into consideration why we are in the circumstances that we're in. I mean, realistically, 98% of it is because it's our personal choice. You can always choose to get another job. You can always choose to do something more than what you're doing now. You can always choose to walk away from whatever kind of chaos or whatever kind of circumstance you're in. I mean, you can ignore it. You could face it, face it like a grown up supposed to. Um, there's lots of different things we can do. But I guess I'm making this video, which I'm watching Sports Center, and all this just kind of coming in my head. It could always be the case that you don't have to be here to say any of this, or look at any of it, or you don't have to have your phone in your hand. You could be without a phone. You could not have social media to entertain you, or inform you, or record any of your videos, or you could not be able to produce children. You could not be able to do a lot of things in your life. You could not be able to see a lot of things in your life. You got all your functions. You can see, you can hear, you can taste, you can smell. Even if you didn't, it's people out there that have it worse than you that are more grateful than we are, and we just as spoiled of a country as anyone else. This is why a lot of people who aren't from here, they come here and take over everything that we really could take for ourselves. I mean, hate to say it, but it's a reason why the Arabs come and take up our neighborhoods with their corner stores. They passing on generational wealth while we BSing. We complain about us not moving forward, but in our actuality, it's our own fault. And we've been conditioned this way. And yes, we've had our circumstances where we've grown up in a sense of um, we just okay with getting by and getting over on the next person and being in survival mode. But I mean, you could not be here to have to be through that either. I mean, they get paid millions of dollars, but again, would you trade that millions for your life? And I don't think you would. So, hey, ultimately, it's just a matter of being grateful and in a sense of being a professional and being appreciative. I'm sure every person who's millionaires and billionaires and who actually look like they live a quality way of life. Like I look at LeBron, his his wife, she's cool. Man perspectives, attractive enough. Tom Brady, attractive wife. All right, they living the life. Everything's going well, and I'm sure, regardless of what's going on in their lives, win, lose, draw, they get injuries, they have family circumstances, issues going on in the world, whatever. I'm pretty sure they're grateful men for the positions that they're in life, and you can hear when they talk. You can see how they live their lives, conduct themselves, and they're all professionals. And a lot of qualities that a lot of professional athletes display that don't require money are stuff that we all can do. We all can be grateful. We all can treat our lives in a professional manner. We all can put our best foot forward. So the fact that we aren't putting our best foot forward is a crime to yourself. You're doing yourself our own disservice, and in all actuality, you commit a sin. Because in all actuality, above all else, if you believe in the Bible or whatever, above all else, He wants us to live well and prosper. If you're always complaining or BSing with your life, wasting your time, twiddling your thumbs, doing stuff because you're bored when there's a whole lot more in this lifetime you can do, all you're doing is committing a sin. So, if you want to look at it that way, I just hope we all get it together. I mean, seeing the whole Capitol Hill thing and rising whatever. I'm just grateful that I was on the other side of it watching it happen. And yeah, I I I feel bad for some people who got hurt. Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you, not everybody. Some people deserve what they got because certain stuff you gotta obey the laws of the land. And if you want to go against the grain, consequences got to come with that. That's just the way of life. But I just wanted to run that by you, and just a matter of being grateful. I mean, I mean, if you got millions of dollars of contract, that's pretty much your life, and that's a risk that we take unknowingly every single day that we just keep on taking, don't even think about it. You don't know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow, but yet you still go to bed and wake up and don't even think about the possibility that you didn't have to get up today. But yet you still get up and do it. So I mean, I'm including myself in this mess. Nobody's perfect. I'm just a regular working guy trying to make the most of his life. And I just try to live my life where it's stress free, peaceful, and mentally I'm in a good space. And I just want I just want the people that I care about, or even people my skin color. Hell, I mean, it can be whoever. If you ain't giving the best to yourself, you're just doing yourself a disservice. So that's the point I wanted to get across, and it was just on my mind, and I had to record it. So here we are. Let me know what y'all think.